The sun provides limitless amounts of energy. So solar power seems like a great idea, right? Wrong. Today I'm here to tell you why solar energy is not a viable form of energy. There are many reasons why, beginning with cost, efficiency, the sun's not always shining, and space concerns. So let's first start with what is solar energy. What solar energy is the sun is a giant nuclear reactor that provides energy through nuclear fusion where atoms are combined and fused together to form large atoms. Solar energy is the solar radiation that reaches the Earth. This is according to Energy in Changing Climate by Martin Nicholson. So there are two types of solar energy. We have the passive and then we have the active. Passive is just heat warming up your car during the summer. Active is when we turn it into electricity. So we're going to concentrate on active. Active has two different types. There is the thermal energy, which heats up water or air, and then there is solar cells, which is the one that turns it into electricity, which is the one we're going to focus more on. So all this sounds really good, but let's see why solar energy isn't a viable form of power. So let's start with cost. To date, the low price of oil combined with the high cost of developing new technology has prevented the widespread adoption of solar power. Solar power can cost as much as 5 to 11 times more than the conventional power fuel-based electricity. And this is according to an article called Solar Power, the Pros and Cons by Michael West. So as you can see, solar power is a lot more expensive than our fuel-based electricity that we have right now. Let's go on to efficiency. The solar cells have a very low efficiency. Solar powers have an efficiency about 22%, and then the rest of the sunlight is used up as heat. And this is according to an article called Problems with Solar, Why It Is Not Widely Used. So let's go on to the sun's not always shining. At night, there is no sunlight. So if we were to go on to using solar power as our main source of energy, we'd have to still rely on some other source of energy for the afternoon or the night when the sun's no longer shining. So really, we wouldn't be able to just solely depend on solar power. If there's a cloudy day, then the sun's radiation is not reaching the solar panels, so that means that you're not generating any energy. So that would mean that you'd have to have a generator or some other source of energy. So that makes another complication, especially for cities like Seattle where the sun's not always out, or it's mostly never out. So on to space concerns. There's solar power is diffused and takes a lot of space. The more likely locations are deserts where land value is low and the sun is more intense. However, deserts are far from the major population centers. This could require large-scale extension of the electric grid, and that would be very costly. And this is according to Beyond Fossil Fuels by Joseph Hoister. So if we have solar panels and we put them in the desert, we can't transport that electricity to the big cities that actually are requiring it. And we don't have a way of storing this electricity either because we don't have that technology yet. So there are other forms of energy such as coal, biofuels, nuclear, wind, or fossil fuels, which is what we use right now. All of these energy sources have problems associated with them, but solar power has some of the biggest obstacles. So don't believe all the hype of solar power. It's a long way from being the solution to our energy crisis. So you've seen today why solar power isn't a viable form of energy. Maybe in the future, if with research we'll find solutions for all these obstacles. But as of right now, solar energy is not a viable form of energy. Thank you very much.